Okay, guys. So how's it going today? So it is the 5th, and of a new month, obviously, and well, look at what the hell we're getting. Still freaking snowing. This is like a snow blizzard, pretty much again. It seems to melt on everything, pretty much, besides the ground, because the ground's still cold. And these are some these are some pretty big snowflakes. I've seen bigger, but I mean, that thing's off. But I'm not sure what the temperatures are, but it's not really that warm out. The thing is only in like the teens or the 20s or whatever, so it's not exactly warm out. I wanted to go do stuff on Big Red, I guess, but frig it. It's friggin' cold, and this shitty snow that just never fucking leaves. And it is off. It's pretty windy too, as you can see from my extension cord blowing around pretty good. So yeah, it was raining earlier. Yeah, it was raining earlier. Just a hair bit though, but then obviously you can tell it turned over to freaking wet, sloppy snow. And just continues to freaking snow. Just continues. I mean, we're into a new month already now, and we've yet to get any higher than probably, high 30s, low 40s kind of thing. I mean, just look at this. And yeah, we should be getting, maybe you guys, it doesn't matter, I guess, which way you guys see this, but I mean, it should be freaking raining, not freaking snowing. But I guess it decided that it was going to snow instead, so that's freaking lovely. I don't know how much we're going to get. I don't bother checking the fucking radar, or, well, the radar map on the weather app, the Weather Channel app on my iPad is a bit dickered, so I need to try to fix that. But I don't bother checking the temperatures because, well, I already looked and it wasn't looking good, so I'm like, oh, frig this. It was decent yesterday. Still a bit on the coolie side, but not too bad, and whatnot. It wasn't windy. Sure in hell wasn't windy like it is today and all the other friggin' days. So, but I don't know how good this shows up on the camera, but it's definitely a lot worse than maybe it's looking on the camera. I don't know if maybe the trees here help. I don't know. This is basically like a freaking blizzard again. This is just like at the beginning of winter, when you get that first snowstorm for the year. That's basically this. You can see it melts okay on the concrete, but obviously on the burn barrel lid it don't, and on the ground it don't. Freaking just dumb. And yeah, there's actually been, if you guys know about those red bugs that I have on the front of my house, I have to kind of spray every once in a while for them. They were actually out yesterday, so they're still frigging around, but I don't know if they'd be frigging around much today. I mean, there goes a bird, but it's just friggin' shitty weather. I mean, look at the trees. I don't know if you can see that or not, but they're just blowing around. And we're getting all this freaking snow, and it's stupid. Like, we don't need any more damn more, you know. This is why I didn't bother putting the plow away. I don't know how much we're going to get. Probably not a lot, but rather be safe than sorry kind of thing, right? So keep the plow handy, and if I have to plow, then I can. I don't have to, you know, drive through a foot of snow to go get my plow again, right? Just leave it up at the up here in the garage, and we're good. So I mean, to me, it looks like it's actually getting worse now. Since I just started making this video, I mean, I can't even see those trees over there. So it's picked up a little bit since I started making this video. You know, and we're only about 5 minutes and 35 seconds into this video, and it's picked up a little bit more. The snowflakes are kind of decent size, though. I mean, it's definitely starting to stick to the concrete now. Because it's not melting anymore, so yeah, this is just garbage. And like I said, it was raining earlier. Not too bad though, but obviously as you can see, it turned into friggin' snow because it refuses to friggin' warm up here. I know, I forget who said, but it might have been, maybe it was Matt, I don't know. He says there was one day it got about 70 degrees at his place, and then the next day it was 24ish out, you know, 24 degrees, so a major drop in probably just 1 or 2 days, right? So at least he's, you know, he gets decent weather here and there. I mean, it's been probably about a good month and a half now since we've had decent weather. I mean, we've never gotten above 50s. You know, the last month and a half, it's just always been in the low 40s, 30s, and in the 20s. And then I think last night it got down into the teens, which is, you know, understandable, but for nighttime. But during the day, it's definitely gotten worse. I mean, this is just BS. I mean, I just don't know when summer's going to come, or spring. So I just don't know when it's going to start, because, you know, early, I don't know, about 2 months ago or whatever. Yeah, about 2 months ago. You know, or a month, well, something like that anyways. You know, it was in the freaking 50s, sorry. It was in the freaking 50s and, you know, high 40s, and I think one day it got almost 60 out, and now we're back to this fucking white shit. I don't even want to call it snow, because it's it's not snow anymore. It's not supposed to be doing that. But there's usually you know, when we have this, like, we'll get a warm up, you know, which we kind of did, and then we'll get back into a cold zone, which is where we've been the last last month and a half. And then usually we get one more big dumping of snow. And I mean a dumping of snow, I mean I'd literally have to go out and plow it. I mean it would melt because it was going to be warm out, you know, super warm out the next days. But I think even this time last year, we might have had snow on the ground. Last year, I think last year the snow stayed on the ground a lot longer than it did this year. It melted a lot sooner and disappeared. So whatever we get now, if it got in the 50s even for a day, this would probably all be gone. I don't know how much snow we're actually going to get. I mean, this here could go on all day, you know. So, well, it just hit 1:40 p.m. and it's probably, I think it started raining around noon, and then I never really looked since. I just came out just now, and this is, you know, this is what we're seeing now. I mean, look at that. That used to melt. Now it's not melting anymore. And for one, it's just getting to be too much now. I mean, what is this freaking shit? You know, this is just dumb. But, you know, that's probably just the way she is. I don't think I was really hoping for like an decent early spring. You know, I mean, I don't expect it to get. Well, now I should be expecting it to get in the 50s and higher, but or you know, at least in the 40s. We're still stuck in the 30s and the 20s and the teens. We just can't get any freaking higher than those. So. I don't know. This is just some grade A bullshit, you know? That's what I call it. Because I was really... I mean, the way when the snow started melting so early, I was like, oh, maybe we'll get an early spring, you know? Because we never fucking get any of those. No, we always get late springs. So, never fails. We never get an early spring. And surprisingly, I think last year, or when winter started, actually, this winter here, it came a little bit later than it normally has. A lot of the years, usually by October 1st, or even no later than probably October 4th, it starts freaking snowing. But last year, no, I mean this past winter, I think it came late because, yeah, there wasn't much for. I don't think there was any snow on the ground. I'd have to go back on my videos and look, but this winter's been pretty good, you know. I'm not gonna really do a lot of complaining about it because it's been a pretty decent year. I mean, I probably only plowed maybe 2-3 times this whole winter, and that's it. You know, then we went 2-3 months without any snow, without getting any snow. That was freaking awesome. Of course, you know, my four-wheeler sat most of the time, so when I did need to start it, it was very cranky. So, but, yeah, I'm just not happy with this. I really want a freaking, you know, I wanted a friggin' early, decent spring. You know, I just wanted something decent. You know, I mean, usually around this time of the year, or probably even a little bit later on, it's supposed to be raining, and raining quite a bit, and fuck, it's still snowing here. I even watched one of Matt's videos. I'm not sure how old it is. I think he makes some of his videos are up to date and some are about a week old. You know, it's just the way he does it. So I forget what video it was about, but he was actually saying that he could hear thunder in the background. And I'm like, oh, you're getting that, and fuck, you know, we're not even getting warm enough weather. It just continues to stay freaking cold. It doesn't want to get warm. I mean, I just don't know what the hell's going on. You know, I just don't know what the hell's going on between his place and mine because, well, mind you, we are further up north too, so we're always the last ones to get decent weather. That's usually just the way it goes because it's not fair over here. But, whatever. I don't know, I guess I won't be doing anything today. I'm not sure how long this will last, but I mean, look at it. It's obviously wet stuff because look how it's sticking to the pole, sticking to the roof of the shop, to the trees, to the burn barrel lid. It's not even melting on the concrete anymore. So, but yeah, and of course it's obviously falling from the south. Because the south windows of my house are all wet. So that's why you guys are stuck seeing this view. Because this is the only window. All the north windows are actually decently, they're not wet like this. There's, you know, little specks here and there. But I don't even know if you can see that. You probably can't see that speck. Yeah, the little speck right here of wetness. So a little bit right here too. So, but that's nothing compared to the other windows on the south side of this house. They're just completely hammered with wetness, so you're never going to be able to see out of them anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what else to say because this is sad because I was really looking forward to, a decent freaking. I don't even know what the hell we're gonna have for summer. I bet you we'll probably end up having a shitty summer. So, if you guys want a little bit of a history lesson, I'll give you a little quick one here. Back in the 1940s, I'm not sure what exact year, but in the 40s, I guess it was probably, I don't know exactly if it was here. Obviously, wherever it snowed at, I think it was here in the U.S. though, from what the Weather Channel said. Back in the 1940s, one of those years when it was snowing out, the snow stayed on the ground, stayed cold until June. And June is supposed to be a pretty warm month because you got June, July. Well, July is supposed to be the hottest month of the year. So in June, it's supposed to be in the 80s, 70s, 80s, pushing closer to, 90s, whatever. And back in the 40s, they were still getting freaking snow. And I'm thinking, geez, are we going to get that again this year? And I don't believe in any of that freaking global warming shit. I mean, the planet will make up its own rules as what it wants to do for weather. We can't control it. Doubt it's got anything to do with pollution from the motors like they think. Maybe it's got something to do with people's health. I could understand that, but for changing anything on the planet, I doubt that. I mean, pollution from a car exhaust will make you sick. Obviously, over time, if you kept breathing it in, you would obviously get sick from it. I understand that, especially in the big cities where there's a lot of pollution at. I understand it there. Out here in the country, it's perfectly fine. There ain't no pollution out here. There's not enough machineries and stuff driving around for that. So, but I don't think pollution's got anything to do with, global warming. I don't think anything of this shit's got to do with it. There is no such thing as fucking global warming. And then they said there was one thing that went up 1 degree. Forget what they called it, but that's what's making this planet change because that went up 1 degree. So, forget what it was, but whatever. And then, of course, they said too that the sun's getting bigger all the time. Sun's actually growing. So, I'm not sure how fast it's growing. Obviously, it's not growing super fast because if it did, we'd all be dead by now. But yeah, I mean, there's lots of sciencey stuff out there they're talking about. Some kind of a burst of energy that can come off the sun and that can destroy the planet as well. You got those meteorites that can hit the planet. There's actually other planets that can hit planets and whatever. Apparently, they said a few years ago. Wasn't too long ago. Maybe back in 2010, maybe somewhere around there. I don't remember, but they said there actually was a planet that came past our solar system. Actually, it went right through our solar system, but it was going so fast that it never got stopped from the gravity pull that circles, our solar system. It just somehow magically out of it and disappeared. So it's still floating out there in space, but yeah, I'm not going to get into all that sciencey shit. You guys can just Google all that and you guys will learn shit that way, but I'm just doing a snow report because this is garbage. It's already the friggin' it's the 5th already of a new month and we're still getting this baloney. I would have been happy with some weather, warmer weather and some rain. At least that, would point us in the right direction then. But apparently this weekend is supposed to be nicer out. But from what I was showing on the weather thingy, it wasn't getting any better. So, but that thing changes all the freaking time too. So, can't go by that. So, but whatever. Next 10 days are still going to be shit. Unless they change it, but I doubt it. Well, there's your snow report for the 5th of the new month. Obviously, the video will be dated, and then the description. If you go way to the bottom of my description, I try to date my videos so you guys know when they were uploaded, or That's actually when they were made. YouTube has a date too, but that's when you post them, or that's when you actually upload them to YouTube. So you can't go by that. You got to go by the what's in my description. That's the real date when the video was made. Don't go by YouTube's date because that's way off. That's when I uploaded it to YouTube. So you guys probably won't be seeing this video for probably another couple of days. But this video was made on the 5th. 4th month, on the 5th day, I guess you could say, you know. But yeah, you can see the tree's gone too, by the way. I got rid of the tree that first day. Yeah, I gotta figure out something to help ranchers that John Deere trailer was to give me a rough time. Must have been just the way I was stacking it, but I lost my load about 4 times just trying to get out of my property. So yeah, not going over too well, but very good, whatever. So she's getting a little bit lighter, so she may just be getting about over with. About 20, almost 21 minutes into this video, and she's starting to lighten up a little bit, but I'll probably hammer her again. So anyways, guys, I guess I'm going to probably take off. There you go. Snow report. Still friggin' snowing. Luckily, it's not going to snow like a foot, because I wouldn't want to deal with that. Right now, it's not too bad. So, on the positive side, I got plenty of room now to stack more snow if I had to, because it's all gone. So I got plenty of damn room now. But that doesn't mean I want it. That doesn't mean I want it. And what was so stupid is that just a few days ago I was out with the welder welding, you know, and now look at this. I can't weld when it's this freaking cold out. For God's sakes, the metal would just explode. So, alright guys, I'm going to take off, so I guess have a good day and stuff. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, guys. Take her easy.
Thank you.